Welcome. This is Module 2, Topic 2, Lesson 1. This is Activity 1.2, where you're going to be using proportions to solve percent problems. I'm going to go ahead and read. Corinne, Eduardo, and Adina each set up a proportion to solve 4 different percent problems. Number 1 says, read each percent problem and analyze the corresponding student's work. So let's go ahead and look at Corinne and Eduardo's work. A shirt costs $20. If it is on sale for 75% off, what is the discount? That is the problem that Corinne is solving. Eduardo is solving this one. A skirt originally cost $28. Alicia pays $21 for the skirt during a sale. What percent does Alicia save with the sale? Now, before we analyze their work, we need to know exactly what we're looking at. What I want you to do is highlight or circle this note right here, where it says, remember, you can write a percent as a proportion. And that setup looks like this. Part over whole is equal to percent number over 100 because all percentages are out of 100. So now let's look at Corinne's work. She's got 75 over 100. Okay, I think I can clearly see what portion that represents. That represents the percentage. 75% is the discount off. Let's highlight that. And 100 because all percentages are out of 100. And that would then be equal to her part over her whole. And so here we've got, she's a different color. The whole would be $20 because the shirt cost $20. So she's got that in the correct spot. And she's trying to figure out, well, what is she then going to pay? Or excuse me, what is the discount? Not what she's going to pay. What is the discount? Cut here. That X represents what she's going to pay if the cost is 75% off of that total amount, $20. Then she solved using cross multiplication and set up her equation. 75 times 20 is equal to 100 times X. And when she solved for X, she found that X is equal to $15. And $15, again, that X, think about it, represented 75% of that $20. So that is how much she's going to get off of her original price. Now read question A. It says, how did Corinne know where to place the 20 in her proportion? Well, think about what goes where in our proportion when solving for percents. Remember what we highlighted at the top. Go ahead and take about 10 seconds to answer that. Pause here. For this, you could have answered something along the lines of, she knew that the bottom of the ratio needed to represent the whole or the original price. Now for Eduardo. Knowing what we know now about proportions and percents, take a look at how Eduardo set up his proportion. Did he set it up correctly? And how do you know? Pause here and take a second to think about that. If you paused and said, yes, he set it up correctly, you are absolutely right. The original cost of the skirt cost $28, which he set up here. That represents our whole number. Alicia pays $21. That represents what she paid. So that represents the part of that $28 that she paid. And then on the other side, of course, all percentages are out of 100. So that X is going to then give us the percent that she paid. The percent that she paid. When you cross multiply and divide, you get X is equal to 75, which represents 75% that she paid. So she saved 25%. Go ahead and pause here and answer question B. For B, I just said he set up a proportion to show that she paid $21 out of $28 to calculate the percentage that she paid. Now let's move on to C. It says a ski hat is on sale for 25% off, which is $5 off. What is the original price of the ski hat? So here, Adina is trying to figure out what is the original price of the ski hat. Thinking about what you know already about proportions, do we need to scroll up? Right here. Knowing what you already know, think, where should she have put the original price of that ski hat? Pause here and think about that. So that we don't have to scroll back up or you don't have to flip back in your pages, go ahead and write what a proportion would look like when solving for a percent problem. Percent over 100, because all percents are out of 100, is equal to the part out of its whole. Now we're going to explain what Adina did incorrectly and then set up and solve the problem correctly. Automatically looking at Adina's work, I can tell that the $5 that she annotated, $5 off, is in the incorrect place, as that is the discounted price. So I know that automatically that 5 is not the discount, is not the whole, but is the part that she have to pay. All right, let's set this up. Using the setup above, we're just going to fill in what we know. We know that 25% out of 100 was the discount. We also know that $5 was the discounted cost, but we do not know how much what the total price was originally. So here's our proportion. Now let's cross multiply and solve. 5 times 100, oh, I know that. 500, I can easily solve that in my head. And 25 times x gives me 25x. Now we divide to solve for x. Divided by 25, divided by 25, and x is equal to. Pause here, take a moment to copy all of this down, and solve. The answer you get is 20. So the original price of that ski hat was $20. Go ahead and answer go ahead and place your answer in a complete sentence. The original price of the ski hat was $20. Also, if you look at our proportion and you were to read it, it would basically say 25% of 100 is equal to $5 out of $20. Now that we know how to solve percent problems using proportions, tongue twister, we're now moving on to markups and markdowns. Get ready to read along with me. All of the problems in the previous activity involved a sale or a markdown. To make money, businesses often buy products from a wholesaler or distributor for one amount and add to that amount to determine the price they'll use to sell the product to their customers. This is called a markup. Also, to give you another very quick example, if you were to try to make some money by selling chips and you bought a pack of chips for 25 cents, you'd have to at least sell it for 26 cents in order to make any money back. So that's all that the stores are doing, marking up so that they can make a profit. All right, let's look at this problem. It says the school store is selling spiritware. They mark up, vocabulary word, all the prices by 20%, to sell to the community and students. Number 2 says, if the store's cost for a sweatshirt is $25, what is the customer's cost? What is the customer's cost, okay? Analyze the 4 student responses. So this is saying that the store purchased the sweatshirts for $25, and they now have to mark up those prices by 20% in order to make a profit. All right, at this time, you're going to analyze Dean, Ben, Luke, and Lahari's work. However, I want you to first start with Dean and Ben. Go ahead and pause here and take a look at their work. So I hope you notice the same thing as me. Dean and Ben both set up the proportion correctly to find out what 20% of $25 is, which gave them $5. However, only Ben remembered that $5 represents the markup. So you'd have to add that to the store's cost to figure out the customer's cost. So go ahead and summarize that and place that in part A. Once you're done, go ahead and mark up and analyze Luke and Lahari's work. Now, with Luke and Lahari's work, they both thought of it the same. They thought, well, if the store is paying 100% of the price, $25, Well, the customer is paying an additional 20%, meaning the customer is now paying 120% of the total cost or the original cost. So Lahari set up a proportion and Luke, used the percent formula, which you're going to learn in the next lesson. What I want you to closely pay attention to is notice how Lahari in her work then expressed the new whole or percentage whole as 120%, where 100 was the or is the percentage out of the whole. And then that is aligned with that $25 because that is the original cost, where that X represents the customer's new price. All right, now if that doesn't make sense or if you're a little confused, it's okay because we're going to continue to get practice at this. And these are a special case as well, okay? But go ahead and record your observation in part B. And then we're moving on. Now, question number 3 and the rest of this activity, you're going to complete either on your own or with a partner. Number 3 reads, use the methods of your choice to complete the table of the store's cost and the customer's cost for the spiritware. Now, this table shows the store's cost and the customer's cost, meaning the store cost is the original that they paid the distributor, and the customer's cost is going to include that 20% markup, same percentage. If you're stuck or if you get stuck, use the worked examples above to help you. After number 3, move on to questions 4 through 9. And I'm going to go ahead and read those questions. 4. The $199.99 game console Amy purchased was on sale for 10% off. How much did Amy pay? Number 5 reads, a computer is normally $899, but it is discounted to $799. What percent, so you're looking for the percent, of the original price does Sean pay? Number 6, if Fernando paid $450 for a notebook that was 75% of the original price, so he paid $450 for this netbook, but it was 75% of the original price, and you want to know what the original price is. Number 7, Fantasy and Fun sells gaming cards for $9.99, but they pay only $6.75 per card. What is the percent markup? Number 8, Dontrell received 30% off when he purchased a rare book regularly priced at $96.50. How much did Dontrell pay? And lastly, number 9, Brittany is selling card magnets. She purchases them for $7.50 each and marks up the price by 30%. How much is Brittany planning to charge? So how much is she going to charge her customers? All right, pause here and go ahead and get started on questions 3 through 9. Now, here are the answers. I'm not going to show all of my work for every single question on here, but I am going to show you a snippet of my work on paper. For number 3, you could have used any of the methods above, Lahari, Luke, or Ben's method, to figure out that the customer's cost of the t-shirt would be $9.60, and face tattoos, the store's cost would be $3.75. Question number 4, 10% of $199.99 is $19.99, so subtract to find out how much she paid. Amy paid $179.99. Number 5, Sean paid 89% of the original price. Number 6, the original price was $600. Number 7, the percent markup is 48%. Number 8, Dontrell paid $67.55. And number 9, Brittany charges her customers $9.75 for each car magnet. I am now going to show you all of my work. And pause here to view my work. Sorry if it's a little messy. And that concludes this activity. You just learned how to solve percent problems by using proportions. I'll see you in the next video.